Hi guys, and welcome to TechHub.training. My name is Jacob Dutton, and I'm going to be taking you through how to complete the Intro to Data Cleaning Power BI challenge. So in this challenge, we're given some data from a bike shop, and we're asked to load it into Power BI, clean the data, so that we can use it for analysis. So in Power BI and also Excel, there's this tool called Power Query. This tool is used to clean data, to modify it a little bit so that we can use formulas on it and it'll work better. So to start off this challenge, we have to download the file. I already have it downloaded. Then we open a new Power BI file. So the data file for this challenge is an Excel file, so we could just hit import data from Excel right here. And we're going to import our file. All right, so when we hit import, we're going to be given the option to select what sheets from the Excel file. We want all of these Excel sheets for this challenge. We're going to click on transform data. So when we do that, it's opening up Power Query. This is where we're going to clean the data, make sure it's ready to load in. So we're just going to take a look at it. Invoices are looking good. There's also a customer table. When we take a look at this customer table, we can see phone number has a couple issues with it. And also per the challenge instructions, they're going to want us to split these names up to be first name and last name. So to start off, we're going to first tackle this full name column. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to this transform tab and we're going to split this column. When you split columns, you could do it by different things. You could split by number of characters. That's not going to work because names are different characters long. We could split it by a delimiter like a space, and that's what we're going to do first. So we're going to say split column by delimiter. All right. So right here where it says space, this means that at each space in this column, it's going to split it. All right, so some of these names have been split from first name to last name, but we see we still have some of these other names that are stuck together because there was no space between first name and last name. So to fix these ones, what we're going to do is we're going to split this column again. Well, we're going to split it by lowercase to uppercase. So every time that Power Query sees a lowercase letter go to an uppercase letter, it will split the column again. So click on that. Now we can see we have isolated all the first names, just like the challenge instructions asked us to. But we see we now have 2 columns worth of last names. So what we can do is we can select both of these. We can combine these columns by merging them. I'm going to title this one last name. Awesome. Now we want to change this this full name column just to say first name. So we'll right click, we'll hit rename. Perfect. All right, so we've fixed our issue with names. We have first name and last name split up. Now we have to fix our issue with phone numbers. So our issue with phone numbers is some of these phone numbers have dashes and some don't. So first we want to change the data type of these phone numbers. We can also see that some of these are being stored as text and numbers. So we're just going to make sure they're all stored as text. Perfect. Now what we can do is we are asked to get rid of all the dashes. So we go up to replace values. We can look for this dash and we're going to replace it with nothing. Awesome. Now we have our phone numbers formatted like the instructions wanted us to. Our first name and our last name are split. We've changed the data type of phone number to be text instead of numbers. So we're ready to load our data. So to load our data, we go back to the Home tab and we hit Close and Apply. Perfect. So now we can check to see if our data was loaded. See the bike export table was loaded, customer info, and invoice. So if we go back to customer info, we can see the changes we made to that Excel file in Power Query have been applied. So in our Power BI model, this data is all clean. It's ready to have us do some analytics on it. So what we can do is we can go to this report view and let's throw in a KPI card. Perfect. So with this KPI card, it's usually a visual used to display a certain value that's really important to the company. So what we can do is we could just do our total sales value, see what that equals by putting it into this KPI card. All right, so we get 3.99 million, which is same as the check figure in the instructions. So we know all of our data is producing correct values, which is great. We're also asked to create a visual of our own. So I think something that might be interesting would be to create a column chart. We'll just do a clustered column chart. Maybe let's look at our sales by each month. So with the sales chart, we could take our total sales value, put it on our y-axis, and if we expand this sales date field, we can just select month, put that on our x-axis. And we could see our sales by month, which would be an interesting or a useful metric for a manager to look at. So that's all for this challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Power Query is awesome. You can get really good at it with both Power BI and Excel and apply it to each of them. In further challenges, we're going to be talking more about relationships, using DAX, doing calculated columns, so you guys can really learn how to use Power BI. And hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching.